What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Danny GG, and today we are doing a strategy video for Apex Legends Season 8. So you guys might be familiar with the weekly clip series that I've been running, and I believe it's on about episode 5 or 6 now, so make sure to head over there and submit your clips if you want to be featured. And today I am fortunate enough to be joined by the Apex legend himself, Rogue Wraith.
What's happening, everybody? Appreciate you having me on, Danny. It's gonna be a good time talking map rotations, right?
Yes,
hopefully
sir.
This is what we got going on, right? All right. Appreciate the time. I'm no legend, but I'm thankful to be welcomed onto your channel, and hopefully we can put out some pretty good content here today.
He's being humble, he melts people, absolutely. But so definitely check out Rogue's content on his channel. He posts Apex guides every day. He posts TikToks, all sorts of things, and other great gameplays. So like he said, we're going to be talking about some of the rotations that you guys can get in Season 8, and specifically ones that will get you looted up with gold gear as fast as possible. So personally, the rotation that I've been hitting a lot this season is right in the southeast corner of the map, a little place called Map Room. So something to note, which is interesting in Season 8, is the text on Map Room has actually been removed compared to previous seasons, which I think was an intentional design choice, as they have been adding more points of interest on the map, and it might have just been getting cluttered, but they literally removed it, which might discourage newer players to even go in that region.
So I actually think that's a really good point. It's been weird looking at the different things going around the map, and you know, seasons leading up to Season 8, it's been one of the sweatiest drops I've ever seen. Like, that's where people go in ranked, it's where people go in pubs, and it's great because knowledge is power, and that place is a knowledge warehouse. But some of the things that you touched on, it does have really nice loot, and the one thing that I'll stress to a lot of different people as well is there's so many nice drops around Map Room as well. So if you plan on going there for rank, you have a nice option to split off, go water treatment, or even go repulsor, because those two locations also have really nice rotations out of there, which we'll touch on, but it's also got fantastic loot quality as well.
Yeah, for sure. So continuing on with the loot, I have this map here, and I'll make sure to blow it up on the screen. At each red dot on this map are the explosive loot vaults around the map that are new to Season 8. So the highest concentration of these explosive loot vaults, besides Crash Site, which is our new area, is right there by Map Room in the bottom right corner of the map. So you can see there's one right outside Map Room, and then there are two right outside Water Treatment, and those things are guaranteed to get you gold mags and any other gold attachment that you need. Usually the turbocharger for the Havoc, which makes that thing insanely overpowered, I think. But so those explosive loot vaults are definitely areas that you guys will want to hit when you're running this rotation.
And I will say something on that is one of the weapons that I think is real, actually two of the weapons that are really slept on this season, and they're kind of overshadowed by some of the stronger guns, you know, the classic R9, you have the Wingman, the introduction of the 3030 is really taking away some of the attention from the Havoc, which I think is one of the most slept on weapons. And talking about that turbocharger, it is a melt machine. They've kind of been giving it little buffs over time, which has been nice, but it's starting to get back to its level of just utter domination where it used to be prior to Season 5. So it's something to look forward to, but the explosive vaults, you can't go wrong with them, because those attachments, even going on the anvil rounds for the flatline and 301, it's hard to beat. It's really, really hard to beat.
Yeah, and I know you like the anvil receiver. I see you made a few videos about that, and I totally agree. I think anvil on the flatline is a way better way to run than with the 3030 repeater. So because you have like the normal full auto of the flatline, and then if you need to go to the long range, you just switch on the anvil, and then you have basically a 3030 in your back pocket. So it's
definitely it's definitely slept on. I love my flatline. You know, I've dubbed that thing the slap line for many seasons now. My community hates when I say it, but I'm not going away from that thing. The thing is a monster on the hip fire. It's got great damage, and just with anvils coming back, it's just a completely different weapon at long range now. I mean, you can throw a 2x, you can throw a 3 times on there for all I care, and put anvil rounds. It's just disgusting.
We can just talk about, depending where the ring is, moving through the map. So like a lot of trouble I've had with this rotation is moving through Salvage, because the only way to cross over to Gauntlet, if you want to go through the like Desert of Death, you have to go take the giant zip, which is like telling everyone in the whole world where you are. So
you take the giant zip where everybody sees, but that's kind of the tough thing. And the one thing that I think it's worth mentioning is if that ring pulls west side of the map, you really do have a stretch landing in this area, just because that rotation is tough going left. You rotate Salvage, you're going through not just the water treatment team, but you're going through the market, you're going through the salvage teams, and teams coming out of there are typically really, really kitted. They might not have the attachments like the anvils, the turbochargers, skull piercers, but most of the time, people who are the extreme sweats of the world will be landing there and coming out. So it's a tough one.
Yeah, there's a huge choke point between Salvage and Market that you'll be sure to die at if you don't make a run for it or hold your ground or something.
Please stay out of Death Cave, whatever you want to call that, the cave between Cage and Market. That, I swear, I go in there and I don't think I ever come out. It is so hard to traverse that area. It's bad.
So if landing at map room, another ring I've noticed is in the upper left portion of the map. It likes to concentrate on the new point of interest crash site, which may or may not be something in the code to get players to fight in this new area. But a lot of the time we'll land at map room and then you'll see that first ring notification and it'll be like 400 meters away and we're like, oh shit. So
like time to get on your high horse and start running.
So the inclination would be to go from map room and follow the river as a sort of direct route, but that is a death sentence because you got people coming from all sides. You got the people coming down on the diving boards. You got people from Cage and Market. So best course of action to make sure people don't come behind you, hug the right coast, right side of the ring, go up the repulsor, Hydro Dam, labs, and then cut across towards artillery, and that will usually be the way with the most cover and least third party.
I couldn't agree more, and do what you can to avoid Cage, because that's also a death trap. Everybody that little area is just a melting pot to everything. And even though it might be a longer ring, especially if it's going to close spotted and crash site, it's kind of what you have to do. If you got to skip one of the explosive vaults, do it and just get moving right away. Here's the closing remark. If you are playing ranked and you land map room, I always would say the best rotation is into repulsor, into Hydro Dam, and then personally, I think the best course of action is not to go into labs, but to rotate up past it. And the one area that used to be called the farm, which has always been unmarked, that would be my rotation choice, just because you can avoid a lot of the smoke by rotating back that way towards containment. That would be the way I would recommend going. Keep that high ground. Definitely keep the high ground as best you can.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'd like to thank Rogue one more time for coming on to the channel. He has a ton of Apex knowledge. I'm sure he's played a lot more than me and melted a lot more fools. But yeah, it's been great having you. Let's do it again sometime. And I mean, your channel is blown up and you got like what, 400 Twitch followers or something. So you're going to be doing this full time.
We're definitely doing some different things. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the time having me on tonight, allowing me to share part in your community. We'll definitely be doing it again sometime for sure.
Cool. I appreciate it, man.
Make sure to like and subscribe for more weekly Apex clips. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.